During the Cold War, the American military initiated a department known as Strategic Air Command, or SAC. SAC's role was command and control of strategic nuclear strike forces and reconnaissance of both remote and airborne varieties. While many bases were set up during the early stages of the Red Threat under SAC, many have been repurposed and decommissioned. One such base located in Marquette, Michigan, was closed on September 30th, 1995. K.I. Sawyer Air Force Base, as it was known, in compliance with closure procedures, also declassified certain documents to the public regarding their operations during the Cold War. Full disclosure, what I have leaked from these reports is still very much classified. I cannot and do not guarantee your safety should you continue reading. What the public is largely unaware of is that K.I. Sawyer was not just an Air Force base, but also a listening post dedicated to long-range reconnaissance. Located at the northern tip of the U.S., K.I. Sawyer was an ideal location for monitoring both movements and communication within Russia airspace over the North Pole. Housing what was at the time most of the world's computers and computer engineers, an entire sub-basement level was outfitted with rows of CRT radar devices. It also featured high-power radio receivers collecting data from radar squadrons who patrolled the Arctic wastes. Military and civilian personnel would spend hours in that windowless room watching, listening, and waiting for a blip or a sound or anything across the polar region. They would go months at a time living underground, only return their families for the occasional R&R. Enclosed are selected reports from concerning Recon Officer James Logan Croft to his commander, Lieutenant George Edgewell. August 3rd, 1954. Lieutenant, a report there is no radar movement within the designated sweep zone. All quadrants are clear of any bogeys and have been since 0900 hours. I would like to lodge a personal request with all due deference, that the shifts be cut down by at least 2 hours. Most of the staff are sleep deprived and the exhaustion can make it difficult to render accurate reports. I myself thought that I heard something during the last radar run of the CRC, but it might just be the ringing in my ears. End report. August 10th, 1954. Lieutenant, all sweeps show zero movement and have remained unchanged since 1100 hours. However, we have picked up audio. You may recall I mentioned possible radioactivity over the KRSC in my last report. It was brief, muddled, and generally bad quality, but it sounded like the Russian word for advancing. I don't want to indicate any certainty of the translation at this point, but per your request, I'm reporting everything that's picked up. It took me extra time to make sense of the audio, therefore I would like to reinstate my request for reduced hours. End report. August 14th, 1954. Lieutenant, as you heard earlier today, we had a single bogey appear over what we now confirmed as the Tikhaya Bay Russian Air Force Base at 1835 hours. How the Reds even got planes in that installation is beyond me. We haven't confirmed what type of aircraft it was yet, but we did receive additional audio broadcasts. They were similar to the previous transmission, but have longer duration. The only reliable words I can make from it were, advancing, expect retaliation. Sir, I don't want to rouse command on a false flag, but it sounds like the Ruskies are planning something very big and intentional. Lastly, I urge you to cut our hours. I'm starting to hear blips in my sleep. End report. August 21st, 1954. Lieutenant, before I begin, I would like to apologize for using slang and inappropriate language in my last report. I understand the official nature of this correspondence, and it will not happen again. However, I would like to cite the working conditions here as the cause of my unprofessionalism. We have confirmed that the bogey is a radar craft similar to our own. We believe that the Tikhaya Bay is also a recon site. We can only assume the Russians are mimicking our operations over the North Pole. We have noticed these 3 additional blips around 1900 hours on the coast of the bay. It might be ships or submersible craft. Additionally, with increased activity, I picked up more audio. It reads as follows. Enemy advancing. Engage with caution. Expect retaliation. Sir, I know I'm not privy to our ship movements, but I'm unaware of any operations in the Sea other than radar squadrons. Lastly, sir, this audio wasn't a translation. It was in English. Please advise. End report. August 30th, 1954. Lieutenant, I have to break protocol, but I can't see straight or trust my ears anymore. I'm seeing dozens of blips on the radar, and I'm hearing disconcerting transmissions. There used to be coherent sentences, but now it's panic yells and weird interferences most of the time. These readings don't even make any sense. Why would the enemy send so many ships to circle their own Air Force base and then disappear? I know our next scheduled leave is October, but I'm fucking tired, sir. I don't even know if these reports are accurate or useful anymore. It doesn't help that you never come down here. Where am I even sending these reports to? I haven't seen a goddamn daylight in months. Please let us leave. End report. September 4th, 1954. It's not the Russians. It's not them. It's not... Nope, not them. They're dead now. It's something else. Something attacked them. The blips are all gone. Gone, but the radio, oh, I can still hear it. They won't leave my brain. Get out, get out, get out. They're cold. They came from the cold. They hide in the dark part of the earth. They go to cold, dark places and dark people. Like this place, this person. There's no windows, no sun, no light. You keep us down here long enough and they're bound to find us. Bound to get through. Oh my God, Carol, I'm so sorry. I won't see her again. You keep us down here. It's your fault. It's your fault, you evil son of a bitch. Dr. Jeffrey Clark's medical report. Patient, Recon Officer James Logan Croft. September 15th, 1954. The patient was found dead at his desk at 1945 hours. He had stayed up past the shift end while writing his regular reports to his commanding officer. His fellow team members had noted severe insomnia, paranoia, irritability, and unstable behavior developing in him over the past month. While most of the crew also had signs of sleep deprivation, none shared the extreme symptoms as Dr. Croft exhibited. When Mr. Croft was located, the blood vessels in his ears, nose, and eyes had ruptured. Later, an autopsy revealed massive cranial aneurysm, resulting in internal hemorrhaging. It is my opinion that the pressure had suddenly and violently built up in the patient's brain before erupting and causing a stroke. The cause, however, is still unknown. Along with the report was found a tape recording audio. Colleagues to Mr. Croft stated they appeared to be transmissions from the radar squadrons, stitched together over the past month. I am closed a copy of the recording only for professional medical investigators.